Hi, hello everyone! I'm Toshi from Japan and tourist guide for foreigners. In this video, I'll show you packing tips for traveling to Japan in 2024.
Planning your first trip to Japan and not sure what to pack? I've got you covered. With experience traveling to 75 countries and living in Japan, I can offer a unique perspective on what you need to bring. In this video, I'll cover 3 key points. First, items to bring to Japan. Second, items you don't need to bring to Japan. And third, items not to bring to Japan. It's especially important to pay attention to the last point, as bringing prohibited items can result in them being confiscated at customs or even lead to penalties. Watch this video to ensure you have everything you need for a safe and comfortable trip to Japan. Don't forget to watch until the end for all the essential tips.
So, let's get started.
Items to bring to Japan. When traveling to Japan, it's essential to pack light. This will make carrying and managing your luggage easier and more comfortable, and you can avoid excess baggage fees on flights and trains. However, there are 8 must-bring items for every traveler to Japan, which I'll cover in this section.
These are essential items that you should definitely pack for your trip to Japan.
The first essential item to bring to Japan is clothing. Since clothes take up the most space in your luggage, consider 2 important factors. First, think about the time of year you'll be visiting Japan. Japan has 4 distinct seasons, each with different temperatures and weather. In summer, it gets very hot, so pack t-shirts and shorts. In spring and autumn, it can be chilly, so bring a jacket and long pants. In winter, it's quite cold, so you'll need a coat, scarf, and gloves. Second, consider the area you'll be visiting. Japan is a long country with varying climates. The northern region, like Hokkaido, is cold, while the southern region, like Okinawa, is warm.
The climate changes depending on where you go, so check the weather of your destination in advance.
The second essential item to bring to Japan is a portable phone charger. During your trip, you'll likely use your smartphone more than usual. You'll rely on map apps to navigate, translation apps to communicate with locals, and you'll probably want to share your experiences on social media. This increased usage means your phone's battery will drain faster than usual. In Japan, finding free phone charging stations on the go can be quite challenging.
So to ensure a smooth and enjoyable trip, make sure to bring a portable phone charger with you.
The third essential item to bring to Japan is a plug adapter. Different countries have different plug shapes, and Japan uses type of plugs, the same as in the United States and Taiwan. If you're coming from a country with the same plug shape, you don't need an adapter. But if you're coming from a country with a different plug shape, you'll need one. If you forget, don't worry, you can buy one at an electronics store in Japan. Also, Japan's voltage is 100 volts, so for some electronic devices, you might need a voltage converter.
However, for devices like iPhone and MacBooks that have global hardware specifications, you won't need a converter.
The fourth essential item to bring to Japan is a folding umbrella. As I mentioned in a previous video about the rainy season in Japan, it rains frequently in other seasons as well. Unlike the sudden downpours in Southeast Asia, it often rains all day in Japan. Without an umbrella, you might be stuck indoors all day, so it's essential to have one. In Japan, people quickly use umbrellas as soon as it starts raining, unlike in some Western countries. Many Japanese people always carry a folding umbrella in their bag. If you don't have one, don't worry.
You can easily buy one at a convenience store or a department store in Japan.
The fifth essential item to bring to Japan is cash. While Japan is moving towards a cashless culture, there are still many places where cash is king. Therefore, it's essential to always have some cash on hand during your trip. Fortunately, there are plenty of currency exchange locations at airports and throughout the city, making it easy to obtain Japanese yen. If you prefer using credit card cash advances, ATM are widely available across Japan, so you don't need to worry.
For more details on how to obtain cash and some useful tips, check out my previous video.
The sixth essential item to bring to Japan is comfortable walking shoes. Japanese cities heavily rely on railways for transportation, which means you'll be doing a lot of walking in and around stations, using stairs, and traveling to various attractions. Also, cities like Kyoto have many hills, making comfortable shoes essential for sightseeing. While high heels might look stylish, they are impractical for efficient walking. For instance, when I lived in the car-centric US, I walked about 3,000 steps a day, but in Japan, even on a standard sightseeing trip, I easily walk 20,000 to 30,000 steps daily.
Therefore, to keep your feet comfortable and enjoy your trip, I highly recommend bringing good walking shoes.
The seventh essential item to bring to Japan is a plastic bag and a reusable bag. In Japan, plastic bags are not free. Urban areas have supermarkets and convenience stores everywhere within walking distance. When I lived in the US, I needed a car to visit the supermarket about once a week, but in Japan, you might find yourself visiting these stores daily or even for every meal. Therefore, it's practical to carry these bags with you. Additionally, foreigners often find it surprising that while Japanese cities are very clean, there are very few public trash cans. You will need to carry your trash with you until you find a place to dispose of it.
To keep your bag clean, having a plastic bag is essential in Japan.
The eighth essential item to bring to Japan is a small bag. Japan has an extensive public transportation system, including trains and buses, so you will likely travel by car very little during your trip. This means you'll need to carry your belongings with you all the time. Additionally, as I explained in a previous video, Japanese trains during commuting hours can be extremely crowded. If you have a large bag, it can be not only inconvenient and bothersome to others, but also might make it difficult for you to board the train. Therefore, I highly recommend carrying a smaller bag and traveling light when going out in Japan.
This will make your travel experience more comfortable and hassle-free.
Items you don't need to bring to Japan. As mentioned in the previous section, to make your trip to Japan more comfortable and cost-effective, you should bring only the essentials. Bringing too many items will leave less space in your bag for souvenirs and may incur extra baggage fees on flights and trains. In this section, I'll highlight items that might be necessary in other countries, but are unnecessary in Japan.
By knowing what not to bring, you can travel lighter and more conveniently.
Items you don't need to bring to Japan are various amenities. Most standard hotels in Japan provide free items like shampoo, towels, toothbrushes, hair dryers, and so on. If you have favorite personal items, feel free to bring them, but otherwise, they're unnecessary and add extra weight.
However, if you are staying at budget hostels or Airbnbs, these amenities might not be provided, so always check in advance.
And third, items not to bring to Japan. Even if something is allowed in your country, it may be prohibited or regulated in Japan. If you bring such items, they may be confiscated at customs, and you could face penalties. In this section, I'll highlight 6 specific items you must be careful about.
Please make sure to check them before your travel.
The first item not to bring to Japan is meat products. Unfortunately, most meat products are prohibited, whether raw or cooked. This includes popular items like sausages, bacon, and pork jerky. I had a friend who bought a hamburger at an American airport, didn't finish it, and brought it to Japan, only to have it confiscated.
So, please be careful.
The second item not to bring to Japan is vegetables or fruits. These are prohibited from being brought into Japan to prevent pests and diseases from entering the country. Popular fruits such as apples, oranges, and bananas are also prohibited. Don't worry, you can easily find these fruits in Japanese supermarkets.
So fruit lovers can still enjoy their favorites while traveling to Japan.
The third item not to bring to Japan is medications. When I lived in the US, I was amazed at the variety of over-the-counter painkillers available. However, even prescription drugs from the US can be subject to regulations when entering Japan. I've personally experienced buying medication in the US only to find out it wasn't approved in Japan, so I couldn't bring it. Additionally, recreational drugs, stimulants, and narcotics are strictly prohibited and can result in severe penalties.
I highly recommend you to check the official Japanese government website before your trip to ensure compliance.
The fourth item not to bring to Japan is counterfeit luxury goods. In Japan, counterfeit luxury items are considered intellectual property infringement and are prohibited from being brought into the country. Additionally, selling such items in the Japanese market is illegal and can result in fraud charges.
Please be aware of this and avoid bringing any counterfeit goods.
The fifth item not to bring to Japan is alcohol and tobacco exceeding the allowed limits. While you can bring these items within certain limits, exceeding them can result in heavy taxes or even confiscation. So, make sure to check the regulations beforehand.
Also, rest assured that you can buy a variety of alcohol from around the world in Japan.
The sixth item not to bring to Japan is certain animal leather products. Japan adheres to the International CITES Agreement to protect endangered species, so items made from tiger, leopard, crocodile, and lizard skins are prohibited. Bringing or even possessing these products can be a serious crime, so do not bring them to Japan.
How was packing tips for traveling to Japan in 2024? Please share your thoughts in the comment section. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and like button. See you in my next video. Bye!